Here we are at our Chapter 5, Target 3, Problem 6b. Pretty much we're just taking this binomial and cubing him. Now you could do this the long way. That's not as much the point for this particular problem. If you can remember the shortcut, that's really the route we're trying to go with things. And so because we have this binomial being cubed, what we're going to do is use that formula where it is a cubed minus, because we do have a minus symbol in between here, 3a squared b. Now the sign changes to plus 3ab squared. So the a goes down one exponent, but the b rises up. And then lastly, minus b cubed. So with the signs, because it is negative, we do see that oscillation of positives to negatives. Also, what can help you maybe remember is starting off with the a being cubed. We see that the a's go down by one exponent every time until in the last term you don't even have one, whereas the b's start to rise up in terms of their exponents. So here it didn't have one, here it had an exponent of 1, then 2, then 3. So that's just a nice little way to kind of help you remember. Now, in just looking at this binomial being cubed, we have to first identify, well, what is our a? The a just comes from the first piece, this 2x. So here is our a. The b comes from the second piece, so it's just this number 5. Now, I've had students ask me in the past, well, Mr. B, is it -5? And the answer to that is actually no. It is just the number 5. The negative is actually taken care of through the formula, so you do not have to worry about that. Now, when we're actually going ahead and throwing this in there, we have our a being cubed. So in this case, we have 2x being raised to the third power minus 3 times our a, 2x, which is being squared, times our b, 5, plus 3 times our a value, 2x, times our b being squared, so 5 squared, minus our b value, 5, being cubed. So already, we don't have to FOIL and then FOIL again, or distribute. You pretty much just identify what is the a, what is the b, and then throw them in appropriately. So now it really just comes properties with exponents. We notice that we have 2x, all of that being raised to the third power, so the 2 is getting cubed, the x is also getting cubed, giving us then 2 cubed is 8, x cubed is just x cubed. For the second part, we have -3 times 2x being squared times 5. Well, what we're going to do is square this 2 as well as the x. So we'll do an extra step here, -3 times. 2 squared is 4. Our x is again squared as well, times 5. Same thing is going to happen for this second piece. So we have plus 3 times 2x. The 5 is being squared, so that'll be 25. Minus, for the last piece, I think we can take 5 cubed. That's just 125. Now we're just going to go ahead and multiply appropriately. So for our first guy, he doesn't change at all. He's still 8x cubed. And then we have -3 times 4 times 5. So we're looking at -60 x squared. For this part, we have 3 times 2 times 25. Well, that's 50 if you multiply 2 times 25, so that's 50. Times 3 gives us 150x. And then lastly, we just have -125. So here is our final simplified version using, again, that binomial cube theorem. Again, that's, I think, a much faster way than just distributing 2x minus 5 times 2x minus 5 times 2x minus 5. Believe it or not, this is actually a form of Pascal's triangle. But again, that is our Chapter 5, Target 3, Problem 6b.